Hi students, I hope you're doing well and that you're enjoying the great weather we've been having lately. Today we're going to do a lesson that's a little bit separate from the other lessons that we've been doing, so you don't need your book. Last time that we were together, we read about an emergency, and you were supposed to be writing a story about an emergency in your own life. And we asked you to write one that had a lot of details. And when you include a lot of details in a story, it's good to use adjectives and adverbs. So I found some things on a website called allthingsgrammar.com, and I'm going to include some of that on this video, and I'm also going to send you a text with that link that has these worksheets or helps for you on that. And so don't worry about writing these down unless you want to write down some from the notes that I have on this first page. And a lot of this has practice, and it also has the answers underneath it. So you can practice and then you can check your answers. And I hope you can find some things that will help you with your writing. And if you have any questions on anything that we talk about today, please send me a question. All right, I'm going to move myself to the side so you can see what we're doing. All right, first let's just talk about some of the basics. I realize you probably already know some of this, but let's just go over what is an adjective and what is an adverb. Okay, just the definition of an adjective. I think you would tell me it describes, an adjective describes nouns, and it describes people, places, and things. Okay, normally an adjective will come before the noun or pronoun. Remember, a pronoun just replaces a noun, so it's things like he, she, or it. So a couple of examples, we could say he makes slow progress. I put the adjectives in blue. So slow is the adjective to describe what kind of progress we made. So not fast progress, we made slow progress. We could say he is an amazing cook. So amazing describes cook. It tells me what kind of cook. He's really good. He's an amazing cook. Okay, adjectives can also come after verbs to describe someone or something. So you could say, instead you could say our progress was slow, right? Or you could say his food smells amazing. All right, so the verb smells is, it's a sensing verb. So remember, senses are like your sense of smell, your ability to see things, your ability to taste things. So you could have said, wow, that tastes great. So great would be an adjective there. Or that tastes delicious. Wow, that looks wonderful. So those are the verbs that are like your sensing verbs. So a lot of times you might put an adjective after those. Okay, let's look at adverbs. Here I put the adverbs in green. So an adverb describes verbs. I think you know that. It can also describe an adjective or another adverb. Adverbs tell you when or how or where or how much. A lot of times adverbs end in ly. Okay, I found this little story. So it's just a few sentences in a row. And in these, I have the adjectives in blue and the adverbs I have in green. Okay, so let's just go through this together. My friend was a good student. She performed well in her math and science classes. Her trips to the library were frequent. She loved reading books about engineering. At home, she frequently designed bridges and railways. She won awards for her designs, and she was happy. Okay, so you see good in the first sentence. It tells you about what kind of student. She wasn't a bad student, she was a good student. So student is a noun, good tells you about that. So good is an adjective. In the next sentence, you see well is green, so it's an adverb. Notice it tells you about how she performed. She performed well. So that's like saying she did well in her math and science classes. The next sentence, at home, she frequently, it ends in ly. It is an adverb. She frequently designed bridges and railways. Frequently tells me how often she designed bridges and railways. She won awards for her designs, and she was happy. So happy tells me about her. She was happy. Okay, then at the very end, let's just talk about these two words. These words, they're often confused, even by people that grow up speaking English. And you might even hear people misuse these two. But here's the right way to use these. Good is the adjective, and well is the adverb. So you would say, you did a good job. So that's saying, it's describing job. You did a good job. Well would say how you did the job. You did that job well. So if you want to use it as an adjective, you say well. If you want to use it as if you want to use it as an adverb, you say well. If you want to use it as an adjective, you say good. All right, so let's go to some practice using these. Okay, this first sheet just has lots and lots and lots of these adjectives and adverbs for you. And it shows you that adverbs of manner, that means ones that tell you how things happened, that's what these are. And it shows you that you can change an adjective to an adverb by, if it ends in y, you can add ILY. If it ends just like bad, you can just add ly. Or the word brave, you can just add ly. So normally you can just add ly, but if it already ends in y, add ILY. So here you see these words, angry. So you could say like, she was angry. She angrily marched upstairs because she was angry. Anxious means like if you are nervous about something, she was anxious about the test. She anxiously bit her fingernails. So these are many words that give you the example of how to change an adjective to an adverb. So here you see lots and lots and lots of adjectives, and there are the adverbs that kind of are the pairs for those. Okay, it also gives you a couple of notes at the bottom. So these words right here, fast, hard, and well, are irregular adverbs. Okay, so those are the ones, you'll notice them in the list that they are exactly the same. So fast is the adjective form, and it's also the adverb form. So you can say, the boy was fast, and you can say he ran fast. So it's the same for both of them. The same is true for hard, and the same is also true for well. Okay, and then they give you a note about adverbs. Adverbs can be placed before or after the verb. All right. Now, I have a couple of things for you. We'll go through just a couple together. Remember, I'm going to send you these, and I want you to see that, I want you to try these, but afterwards, you also have the answers at the bottom. So I don't want you to think that you need to just do these and not know what the answers are, because it's always good to know if you're getting them right or not. So do practice them, but then check yourselves and then go back and make sure that you're understanding it. And if you have any questions on any of that, just write me or call. That's fine too. Okay, so let's look at their example at the top. In each sentence, you have both an adjective and an adverb given, and you have to choose which it is. So as you read it, you need to think, is the word describing a noun or is it describing a verb? Okay, so the first one that they have as their example says, my friend is a blank driver. Okay, my friend is a something driver. So here you can see that that blank is talking about my friend, and friend is a noun. It's a type of person, right? So that's why they chose careful. Careful is an adjective. My friend is a careful driver. So we wouldn't say carefully, because carefully would describe how he drives. So we could say, my friend is a careful driver. If we wanted to use carefully, we could say he drives or she drives carefully. Okay, let's take a look at some of these, and then I'll let you do the rest on your own. My classmate. Okay, classmate is a person, right? You are all each other's classmates. My classmate is a, okay, so classmate is a person, right? So you need to pick the adjective form. My classmate is a nice person. So you would choose this one, nice. My classmate is a nice person. Okay, so let's read number 2. This is talking about speaking Spanish. So it refers back to speaking. I can speak Spanish okay, so I can speak. So good is the adjective and well is the adverb. I can speak Spanish very well. I can speak Spanish very well. Okay, let's look at number 3. Katrina took a painting class. So this one has 2 clauses, okay? So it's got a clause separated by a comma. So they give you some information. She took a painting class, so she can paint. So now we're talking about how she paints. So she can paint. Well, actually, it's not about how she paints. She can paint. Remember, it said sometimes the adjective will come before the noun. So she can paint what kind of pictures? She can paint beautiful pictures. This one was a little tricky. She can paint beautiful pictures. Now, if they didn't have pictures there, they could have said, Katrina took a painting class. She can paint beautifully. But because they have pictures there, it's she can paint beautiful pictures. All right, so we did some together. I'm going to let you try the rest of these, work on these. You can do as many as you want. But remember, you're going to find the answers down below so you can check your own work. All right. Then the last one that's there, I know some of you, like Hala, you had said you really like these kind. This is a multiple choice. It says it's a quiz. You can just do it for practice, so no grade, no big deal. But it gives you multiple choice. So again, you have one that's an adjective and one that's an adverb. And you get to see them in sentences, which is always a good idea for English. Okay, so it's this really the same idea as what you just had before. There's going to be 18 questions. Okay, So let's look, for example, at number 3. I something put the eggs into the basket and I took them home. Okay, so the two choices are gentle and gently. So gentle means like so carefully, really carefully. Because remember, eggs, they break, right? So this is talking about the way that you put the eggs into the basket. How did you do it? Okay, so A is an adjective, and B, it ends in ly. It's your adverb. Okay, so which one do you want to pick? Which one will tell you about the way that you put the eggs into the basket? All right, so you have 18 there to choose from, 18 questions. Each one has an adjective choice and an adverb choice, and you can check your own answers. So I hope this will help you. I want you still to work on the story about an emergency, something that happened in your own life, and hopefully having a little adjective adverb practice will help. Okay. I hope you are having a beautiful weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.